Hello and welcome, and thank you for joining me in the studio today. It's a cold and frosty day here in Wales. It's not getting any warmer, hence the jumper. So quick introduction and we'll get on to the painting.
Hey, welcome, thanks for stopping by. It's time to learn with our friend Clive. So grab your brush, have a great time. And don't forget to click subscribe.
So today, you've guessed it, I've got a bit of cardboard. It's 18 by 14 and I'm just using up all my little bits of cardboard that I got lying around the floor like this. There we are, that's all I'm painting on, just a little bit of gesso on the board. Just saves canvases and canvases and canvases, and all we're here to do is practice. And how you get these paintings developed after you've finished practicing with myself, that's all I'm interested in. Okay, so today is just about sky. We're just going to have a look at a sky. How quickly can we put a sky in? How effective will it look? Just a little bit of landmass there. There's the horizon line. So, but I'm going to be concentrating mainly on the sky today because I've got a lot of questions saying, Clive, how is the best way to actually paint the sky? And well, let's just go for it, shall we? So let's have a look at the palette. As you know, I use all my own mediums, my flow improver, my medium mix, and I'm just going to put a bit of that in there. So these are all available on the website at www.clive5art.co.uk. So I put a bit of medium mix in there. I put a small amount of water with it, and I'm not using any flow improver or retarder. I'm using my own paints today. As you know, these are all handmade. These are Vincent's colours. Using his palette, I've just made some colours up, and that's it really. So right, let's just get on to this. A little bit of medium mix. As you know, I like to moisten down my brush. I'm going to get some yellow, and I'm just going to put a bit of yellow in the sky like this. You see, that's quite a transparent yellow. It's basically a mid yellow, cadmium yellow. So I'm just going to brush that down in, as you can see, just with a bit of my medium mix. Don't worry about that. Just getting a bit of yellow into that sky. There we go. Actually, what I'm going to do is add to my palette just a small amount of red. There we are. I'm just going to use some of this Winsor & Newton Galleria acrylic, because yes, you can mix my colours with the manufacturers, and I just haven't got any red out, and I don't want to go through my drawers. I don't want to go through my drawers. So I'm just getting a bit of orange into the sky. The other question I'm asked about my equipment. What equipment do I use? You know, my cameras and lights and all this other type of stuff. You know, people are very interested in the background of the studio. You know, what do I use for lights and things? So what I'm going to be doing is I use a specific manufacturer of lights. So I'm going to review possibly the lights that I'm using for you in another lesson, which will be coming up shortly. I get hold of the manufacturers and see if they'll be kind enough to send me out some new lights. Because mine are quite old now. I need to upgrade them, so I'm sure that they'll be kind enough to send me some lights. But we will know once I talk to them. So, okay, so let's just get some white now into this sky. Like this, just a little bit of white. You see, very, very thin. That's why I like cardboard. It doesn't matter how thin you make your paints on cardboard, because it's gonna soak in. So you've got no problems with thinning your acrylic paint down as much as you like on cardboard, because it's just going to soak into the fibres of the paper and hold on. It's very difficult for it to do that on canvas. Canvas is a little bit more it's not so absorbent, it's more porous than absorbent, whereas cardboard and paper and stuff like that is obviously very absorbent, so it pulls, sucks the paint in then. That's why I like painting with. That's why I like painting with on card. I'm going to dry that very well now. I'm just going to let that sit on the board for a minute. You can see, because I put the gesso on quite thick, you've got bits of texture coming through. You should see a little bit of texture and stuff coming through there, and I quite like that. So I'm adding some white into some, this is cobalt blue, ultramarine blue. So now add a bit of Prussian blue. Add the three blues together. So I got cobalt, ultramarine, and Prussian blue. What I'm going to do is maybe just get a bit of a landmass coming in like that. Just darken that colour up a bit more. And then we'll get another run just in front of that. Okay, so what I want to do now is just get a bit of Prussian blue now. I want to darken that up again, so I can go into another shade of colour. I'm going to use a little bit of my medium mix because I want to bring this up. Very reminiscent of a mountain range or a hill range, or the Valley Hills where I live. Here in Wales. And I'll bring that down. There, like that. So you can see how the mountains are starting to step back. Hope you can. Quite simple, easy painting today. Going into more Prussian blue and ultramarine blue now. I like Prussian blue and ultramarine blue. Just mixing those two colours together. And I'm just getting another maybe foothill type shape. I'm darkening this up. There, like that. Getting some Prussian blue now. Very reminiscent of the Welsh valleys. Practice will give you an idea of to creating depth in a painting. So this is what you need to do. I'm going to put a bit of black on my palette in a minute because this Prussian blue is not quite dark enough. So I'm going to put a bit of black on my palette in a second. So, but I'm just going to finish painting the front off there like that. I want to allow that to dry a little bit. Just put some shapes. Just with the edge of the brush like that, like as if there's maybe distant trees and things in the background there like that. We don't know. Picked up some ultramarine blue then, which is not what I wanted to do. There you go. See? Good, good. Now, washing our brush. Hopefully the sky is dry enough. Let's get some of this white up there. Try and get some of these. Clouds in the sky. What we got in Wales is quite dark skies, especially this time of year, which is around November, December time. Because sometimes they get full of rain, as you know. A little bit of that orange coming through that we put on. Just a little bit of warmth in that sky. A little bit of warmth in that sky. Just throw in a little bit of this colour. Make it as painterly as you possibly can. Make it look as if there's clouds and storm fronts and things coming in. We don't know where one cloud starts and another one ends. But we have got that warmth coming through the sky. Getting a bit of that Prussian blue now to develop this rain cloud that's been plaguing us for the last couple of days. Well, not so much the cloud but the weather front. He's been coming in and he's been throwing that rain down. Building that cloud up. Let's get back over here. Get that, scrubbing it in. Get that warmth of that sun shining through. It's been trying to shine through for days. This bit of ultramarine blue now. It's been trying to shine through for days now. But it's there, sun is setting over the Welsh mountains. I can imagine a pit head over there somewhere and the old band miners are singing, "We'll keep a welcome in the hillside," as they're coming out of that pit. Don't see that very often these days, but because most of the pits are closed now. There's always a joyful thing to hear was miners singing. Just a multitude of colour. See that yellow coming through now, starting to build into a nice sky. I have to dry that very well, because if I didn't, it would turn green. We don't want a green sky. I'm just dry brushing now over that cloud, just to darken it a little bit. I'm just using a little bit of moisture now on my brush, just to get that colour into that sky like this. I want to maintain that warm look in the sky. And you've got this big almighty cloud all full of rain. He's there, sitting there, looking really angry. Maybe if I pull down like that and just pick up a little bit of that gesso that I put on there, you can see the brush marks coming through. It looks like rain. It looks like rain. Big old dirty old storm cloud. Wow, that's one nasty looking sky. Let's get a little bit of that ultramarine blue in. Oops, let's get a little bit of ultramarine blue in. Let's just put a little bit of shadow into this. Another rain cloud is popping there. And quite a stormy old sky. Scrubbing it in. Just let the paint work for you. Just let the paint work for you. There we are. That looks like a wonderful sky. You got a bit of warmth in that sky. Now what I'm going to have to do is dry that very quickly. What I need to do now is wash that brush very well, soap, water, rinse it out. Get back into this bit of yellow and white mix. Bit of orange, bit of white. Just put a bit of light into this sky. Best way sometimes is just to let the brush do its thing. I don't worry too much about hard lines and things. I need to get a bit more light into that corner there. Quite a painterly looking. Sky. Now my favourite trick, I gotta make sure it's really dry. Getting myself a size 20 brush, and I'm going to very loosely thin this right down, because I want to put a wash of colour over this entire painting now. And what that's going to do is just going to settle everything in down like that. Smoothing that down. Got to make sure it's dry, otherwise the paint will lift off the paper, off the card. You've got to make sure it's dry. Do this. Settles it all down, gives that lovely glow, to the painting. Just bring in a little bit of white. I don't like using titanium white, I like using zinc mixing white, but I'm not going to be bothered to get that out today, because I just want to just knock back those mountains there a bit like that. A bit of kitchen now. Just put a little bit of highlight in there. There you go. Now you could put a tree in or something in there, or you could put some essence of buildings in. But basically all we developed there is a little bit of distance with a few mountains at the background there, some little mountain ranges. There you go, some mountain ranges at the background. And just playing with the sky. You play with the sky as much as you like. Getting a bit of white, if you wanted to put some more white in, you could put some more cloud shapes in. Maybe just blending that in like this. All I'm trying to do here today is give you an idea of how maybe you could approach a sky. So if you like what you've seen, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Don't forget to share those videos for me. Tell all your friends about Clive 5 Art. But above all, keep painting, have a fantastic time. Just go for it. I only paint for enjoyment and relaxation when I'm doing YouTube videos, and all I want to do is pass some of my advice on to you and things that I've learned over time. And at a distance, that is going to be one fantastic looking painting, and it looks as if it's raining because you've got the lines of the gesso there that I put on. That's a fantastic painting. Put a frame on that, put it on the wall and enjoy it. Okay, so please click the subscription button over there. Two links for my Patreon and my website. If you want to pop along, buy some products, and there's a video there as well. So until next time, bye bye.